Ever hear of a ghost story where the ghost wasn't just a spooky legend, but a real-life murder victim? Well, pull up a chair, because this one from Alfred, Maine, is a chilling tale of greed, guilt, and a haunting that led to a killer's confession. It all started back in October 1827. A traveling preacher, Reverend Charles Sharpley, rolled into town. He was a charismatic guy, and after a powerful sermon, he told the congregation he was on a mission. He was raising money to build a new church in the nearby village of Waterboro and had already collected $270. The good people of Alfred were moved by his cause and chipped in, bringing his total to over $300, a hefty sum back then. That evening, with the money tucked safely in his saddlebags, Reverend Sharpley rode off, promising to continue his work in Waterboro. But here's the thing, ... he never made it. Days turned into weeks, and there was no sign of the Reverend. The folks in Waterboro never saw him. People started to whisper, did the money prove too tempting? Had this man of God simply taken the cash and fled the state? It was a scandalous thought, but what else could have happened? Then, the morning after Sharpley's disappearance, a local man named Deacon Dickerman showed up in town, riding a horse that looked suspiciously like the one the Reverend had been riding. When questioned, Dickerman was cool as a cucumber. The tavern hostler, however, pointed out a key difference. The minister's horse had a distinct white star on its forehead and chest. This horse was solid black. The deacon just shrugged. He claimed he found the horse grazing in his yard at sunrise and was willing to give it to anyone who could prove ownership. But nobody came forward, so Dickerman kept the horse, and soon people forgot the whole incident. Around that same time, something curious started happening. Deacon Dickerman's business ventures began to flourish. He expanded his operations and, for a small town like Alfred, he became a very wealthy man. But his newfound riches didn't seem to bring him joy. In fact, it was quite the opposite. The wealthier he got, the more reclusive and miserable he became, avoiding company and turning sour. He was a man with a dark cloud hanging over him. Years passed, then a new story began to circulate, a ghost story. It was said that late at night, by a lonely turn in the road marked by a large tree where owls often gathered, a misty figure would appear. Travelers who saw it swore it bore an uncanny resemblance to the long-lost Reverend Sharpley. The spot became known as the Owl Tree, and local boys, once brave, now avoided it like the plague after sunset. When Deacon Dickerman heard these rumors, he turned deathly pale. He tried to laugh it off, muttering about the foolishness of boy nonsense, but the story clearly rattled him. 10 long years went by. The ghost of the Owl Tree was now a fixture of local law. One day, a clergyman from a neighboring town received an urgent summons. Deacon Dickerman was unwell, supposedly from overwork, and needed to see him immediately. The clergyman found Dickerman in his house, pacing frantically, his clothes a mess, his face flushed with feverish anxiety. As soon as the clergyman entered, Dickerman blurted out, "I don't have long to live, and I wouldn't want to if I could. I am haunted day and night. There is no peace for me. He was trembling. They say Sharpley's spirit appears at the owl tree, he continued, his voice cracking. Well, his body lies there. The clergyman froze. Dickerman's confession came pouring out in a torrent of guilt and fear. They accused me of taking his horse. It's true. A little black dye on its head and chest was all it took to fool them. He was sobbing now. Pray for me, for I fear my soul is lost. I killed Sharpley. The clergyman recoiled in horror. I killed him, the wretched man repeated, for the money he had. The devil prospered me with it. He explained that his will left $2,000 to Sharpley's widow and $5,000 to the church the Reverend had been trying to build. Will there be mercy for me? He cried. I dare not think it. Go and pray for me. Shaken, the clergyman turned and rushed for the door. But he barely stepped outside when the deafening crack of a pistol shot echoed from inside the house. He ran back in to find Deacon Dickerman dead on the floor. Following the confession, authorities went to the owl tree. Just as Dickerman had said, they found the skeletal remains of Reverend Charles Sharpley buried in the shade. After the body was given a proper burial, the hauntings stopped. The misty figure was never seen again. The ghost had finally found its justice, and the dark secret of the owl tree was laid to rest forever. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow 4 more true stories from history.